Well, hello everyone, I'm Yeti from VU Gaming, and today we are back in Aviary Attorney, and it's time for Act 4. So it looks like we are in the Notre Dame again. You can come out now, brother. How did it go? Better than we ever hoped for. The rooster is dead, and the madame has tasted her first blood. Heh, amazing. Completely worth getting shot for. A meddlesome falcon tried to disrupt the execution. Falcon? Really? That tenuous wretch? Don't worry, he floundered and bubbled around hopelessly. The madame thinks that he's of some use, but really he's as good as dead. This is marvelous. Every piece is falling into place. Our dream will be a reality in no time at all. To reason, brother. To reason. Ew, boy. Okay, so, the Act 4, Fraternité. I hope you don't harbor too much hate for the madame. I know that the rooster was your friend, but the madame does what she does for the good of France. Boy, oh boy, this is awkward. It is a bit. Perhaps a round of drinks are in order. After all, this is a tavern. What do you two say? I mean no disrespect, Fontaine, but I'm not thirsty. Me neither. I get it. You're both a little shaken by what you saw. Can we at least get you some wine? Just a small glass to calm the nerves. Fine, whatever. Very good. Piero, fetch our guests some drinks. It's your round. My round? No way, it's your turn. Turns don't matter. You still owe me for that omelette I generously paid for last Friday. Yeah, well, you owe me for that coffee on Tuesday. Okay, so that's 30 cents of coffee deducted from a 60-cent omelette, plus the 25-cent peanuts you swiped from my pantry. Hold up, I ain't so good at mental arithmetic. Listen, Sparrowson, you need to go. Go? Yes, I'll create a distraction. You head straight for the back door. Is that such a good idea? If we both stick around, we could both end up dead as soon as we rub that lioness the wrong way. If we both run, these two will probably shoot us in the backs. So the way I see it, one of us running is the most viable option. Falcon, don't argue. Once you're out, find Volati and tell him what you've seen. Okay. So it's agreed. You get this round and I'll owe you 2 cents. Yep, and I'll hold you to 2 cents. Be right back. Don't you two move or nothing. You'll hold me to the 2 cents. That Piero's such a misère. Anyway, I don't feel like sitting in silence. Let's talk to pass the time. Fontaine, look behind you, over there. Seriously? Look, I threw a ball. Go fetch it. Do I look like a golden retriever to you, monsieur? No, I guess not. No, indeed. To suggest that I'll fetch wherever you pretend to throw just because I'm a dog? How offensive. You're right, I'm sorry. I think you'll have to do better than that, Falcon. Fontaine, do you want to play some cards while we wait? Some cards? Well, I'm no gambler, but sure, we can have a quick round of something. Wait, have you ever heard of Jacques Noir? Jacques Noir? No, but that name sounds dubious. It's fine, I assure you. Deal me in and I'll demonstrate. Oh no! Wow! Bad luck. So what do you think? I think you just took the rules of blackjack and slapped them awkwardly onto a tarot deck. It's a terrible game. Oh, well, how about we play some poker instead? I have no idea how that is pronounced. If that's just poker with tarot cards, I swear to God. Alright, I brought drinks. One for me, one for you, and one for... Hey, where's the little one? The little one? He's right. Oh, mad. I lost him. You lost him? How did you lose him? I was gone for 2 minutes. I think I dropped the ball on this one. I'll say, the madame's gonna string us up for sure. Actually, we should make up a cover story. We can't let her find out about this. You can't let me find out about what? Okay, so I can tell them that, or I could say this. I can take the guilt, or take the blame, and that might buy me some goodwill from the two guys, right? Or I can blame them. Let's try this one. I felt that it wasn't right to keep Sparrowson here against his will, so I created a distraction to let him escape. It's somewhat gutsy of you to outright admit that. By rights, I should shoot you here now. But I won't. I need a lawyer to bring our plans into fruition. That little bird was dispensable. You're not. Madame, if Sparrowson runs to the police, then both this location and the sleeping city are compromised. We should keep this meeting brief. Agreed. Falcon, let me quickly fill you in. As you probably know, we are planning to form a protest, an enormous protest on the 14th of this month. We intend to draw a massive crowd at the Place de la Concorde, and then we shall march across Tuileries Garden. A march across Tuileries? You intend to storm the Louvre? No, the Palais Royal. That's where the King and Prime Minister will be residing. I would like it to go peacefully, but peaceful uprisings have a habit of turning violent, don't they? Exactly. And we can't let the leaders of this country escape amidst the chaos. They must be tried for their crimes against the French people. On that note, I want you to lead the prosecution. You want me to prosecute? The King of France? The King and the Prime Minister. They are both responsible for the rampant inequality that plagues this country. On the day of the revolution, we'll drag both of those overpaid bourgeois onto the streets, and you shall prosecute them then and there. I think I understand. Prosecuting the pair for crimes against humanity, I suppose. It could certainly be done. If we were to interview a lot of citizens, gather a lot of evidence, file some paperwork, I could probably prepare a case in around 2 months. We don't have the luxury of time. Use your ingenuity on the day, just like you did in the catacombs. You can't be serious. There is no alternative. The wheels of the revolution are already turning, and the revolution will ignite in under a week. The question on my mind is, what do we do with you until then? You can leave him with us, ma'am. We'll keep a good eye on him. After seeing the atrocious job you two did guarding the little bird, I think not. I'll just have to guard you myself, Falcon. You shall spend this week at my side while I complete our preparations. At your side? All day and night? Absolutely. I'm not going to let you out of my sight for 1 minute. That seems excessive. You can trust me, madame. No, I can't. You promised to help me, but I know that you don't actually believe in the cause of the Second Republic. If I give you 1 grain of freedom, you'll undoubtedly flee. This meeting is over. Come along, Falcon. Okay, new day. Oh, we better check this one out. Le moignon. Pronouncing anything in French doesn't work for me at all. And then, while we were sitting in the tavern, Falcon gave me the opportunity to escape. He created a distraction, and I sneaked away and went straight to the police. Then you called a meeting, and well, here I am. So, yeah, that's the whole story. I see. So, Severine Cocorico died at the hands of the rebels. That's right. And Falcon revealed his true colors as a traitor. A traitor? No, that's not right, Inspector. Falcon's not a rebel. He's just playing along so he can save his own life. Don't be so naive, Sparrowson. Put the puzzle pieces together. Falcon willingly leaped into the lion's den for the specific purpose of siding with the rebels. He let you escape because he could see that you weren't truly sympathetic to the rebel cause. That doesn't make sense at all. Falcon's never shown a rebellious streak. Tell me, Sparrowson, what do you know about Falcon's past? Not a lot. He's a private person. Has he ever told you what he did during the July Revolution before he changed his name? No, he hasn't told me anything, really. Sparrowson, let me tell you about the man they call the Veridian Killer. Oh. I wanted to hear that story. Okay. So we can go to the Palais Royal. No longer just a royal estate, the Palais Royal has become a functional bourgeois meeting spot. Then there's the Les Halles, of course, and the Tuileries. Our plan for a violent uprising. Okay, let's start with this one. Let me think. So it takes 10 minutes to walk from the Place de la Concorde to this very spot. And the Palais Royal lies 5 minutes north of here. But the crowd will be fairly large and slow. It may take twice, maybe 3 times as long to make the move. Having a logistics problem, madame? Perhaps. The plan is to walk the crowd from here through Tuileries to the Palais Royal. But if we take too long to pass through Tuileries, the police will trap us in. We could be flanked and slaughtered. That is quite an issue. Why not just get the protesters to meet at the Palais Royal itself? Because the Place de la Concorde is an ideal meeting location. It's enormous and easy to get to. I see, but even if you got, say, half the protesters to meet at the Palais Royal, you would cut down on traveling time. I get it, a smaller crowd would be easier to direct across the garden. I'll pass the idea along to Pierrot and see what he has to say. He's the one in charge of leading the crowds, after all. That bird-brained parrot would probably just shoot the idea down, right? Probably, but I appreciate your input. I don't know if you genuinely want to help or if you're just telling me what I want to hear out of fear, but thank you, Falcon. It's no problem, madame. For the Second Republic, right? Right. For the Second Republic. Aha! Ooh, we have 3 days left. Oh boy. And we never got a chance to go back and talk to, what was his name? The Vulpes, the private investigator. We never had a chance to go and talk to him, actually. Les Halles. Huh, let me guess. You have weapons suppliers somewhere around here. Or maybe this is where you plan on meeting an informant, a government defector. It is as good a meeting spot as any. Actually, I'm here for groceries. There's no need for that look. You think that just because I'm a gun-toting rebel, I don't need to buy food? Même Beaumont. Well, if it isn't Sartain and little Gambad, you're growing bigger every time I see you. Ma'am, you have to hear this. Something big went down here yesterday. A policeman. A nasty, ugly policeman. Let me guess, he was bullying people into revealing secrets on the whereabouts of the revolutionaries. Well, that's how it started, madame. Same old bullying tactics. He was pushing around this old beggar rat who hangs around the market sometimes. But then, when the rat wasn't speaking up, the policeman drew his gun and shot him. The policeman shot the beggar? Just like that? Yep. But then the covered cop went and ran before we could turn on him. I find this difficult to believe. A policeman wouldn't openly shoot a beggar without just cause. Open your eyes, Falcon. This is the regime us Parisians live under. We are ignored by the government, oppressed by the police, and hanged by the courts. Why do you think I'm fighting so hard to make a change? We can't put up with this sort of bullying. No, this can't be right. Something has to be missing from Sartain's story. Do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions, madame? Sure, ask away. Make it quick, Falcon. What did the policeman look like? Well, I didn't get a good look, but he was tall and ugly and mean-looking and he had one eye. One eye? Ooh, that sounds like someone we know. Yep, had one of them pirate patches. There's no way. Ring any bells, Falcon? I know a man who fits the description, but it simply couldn't be him. He's a bitter individual, but he's morally righteous. I can't imagine him shooting an innocent person so recklessly. Don't let your bias towards the justice system affect your judgment, Falcon. If you think you know who did this, then please name and shame him. I think I should bite my tongue until I'm a little more certain. Did you want to know anything else, monsieur? Just who was this beggar rat? I didn't really know him well, monsieur. None of us did. He was kinda a loner who hanged around asking for scraps of food and cents. I don't even know his name. That's so sad. Did he have no family, no means of support? Falcon, do you have any idea how many beggars there are on the streets of Paris? How many people go hungry? How many people are forced to turn to crime? I'm well aware, madame. I'm asking these questions to see if there was perhaps some reason why that particular rat was killed. But no, it appears that this was just the loss of one unnamed beggar rat among many. It's tragic. That it is, monsieur. Is there any other way that I can help? If a policeman did shoot an innocent person, then there would surely be an investigation. Ha! Your naivety knows no bounds, Falcon. You think the police care if one of their own is out of control. Actually, there was one bloke asking around, but I don't think he was a policeman. Oh? Go on, madame. Well, he was this charming fox. Reynard. A friend of yours, Falcon? Something like that. We should probably pay him a visit to see what he's up to. Pay him a visit? I suppose we can set aside a little time. Did you want something else? That's all, madame. Thanks for all your help. No problem. Anything to help, ma'am, or more. Well, try to get to the bottom of this, Sultan. We'll try to get to the bottom. Just make sure to stay safe when the revolution starts. Stay inside. Keep Gambard safe. Of course, madame. You stay safe yourself. You hear? Okay, so it's a new day. February 12th. So we have Saturday and Sunday, and then Monday would be when the revolution is, right? Okay, so let's try and go to the office here. Visitors, Monsieur Volpes. Visitors. Really, Falcon? What do you hope to accomplish in this sleazy back alley establishment? Sleazy? Madame, my back alley office is perhaps a little cluttered and eclectic, but I resent the accusation of sleaze. Maybe I should do the introductions. Monsieur Volpes, this is Madame Beaumont, a friend of mine. Madame, this is Reynard Volpes, private investigator at your service. It is a pleasure to meet you, madame. Ah, how stoic. I'm sure you have some pressing question to ask, Falcon, but before we get started, there is something I must tell you. Monsieur Sparrowson dropped by earlier. He informed me of your situation. Sparrowson? Is he alright? Oh yes. He's now working with Inspector Volerti, attempting to unravel the rebel plot. Just as I thought, it appears that your lackey has solidified his position as a traitor to the Second Republic, Falcon. Perhaps not. Sparrowson doesn't strike me as a person who sides with any ideology. But you know, he asked me the most peculiar question. Would you like to know what it was? Of course. Such information is quite valuable. It would cost, say, 30 francs? He's on us all the time about this stuff. Okay. Yeah, I know how this works. Here's your money, monsieur. Very good. So, on to the question. Sparrowson asked if you were the Veridian killer, the one responsible for the random bombings during the July Revolution 18 years ago. Why on earth would he ask that? Perhaps the inspector had been telling him stories. So what did you tell him? The truth, of course. That is that I have no idea who the Veridian killer is, but that I knew that it couldn't possibly be Falcon. Oh, and how do you know that I'm not the Veridian killer? Falcon, please, you are semi-drunk, bumbling oaf, not a ruthless killer. Anyway, I've started my own investigation into the Veridian killer. It's fascinating stuff. Apparently he was seen in multiple places at once, which leads some to believe that he was actually more than one person. Huh? And do you know why they call him, or should I say them, the Veridian killer? That would kind of make sense with the wolves, right? Because they are always mistaken for each other, the twins. Veridian is a greenish color, isn't it? No, I don't have a clue. Crimson Killer would be a much cooler name. It appears that no one knows the origins of the name, which leads me to suspect that he, or indeed they, chose their own name. This is all fascinating, truly fascinating, but perhaps we can return the conversation to why we are here. Of course, Monsieur Vulpes, we heard that you were investigating the murder at Les Halles. I was. That victim was a friend of Mousie's. More of an acquaintance, really. Well, we want to know if you managed to uncover anything. Did you find any leads, any juicy clues? Not as such. It's quite a peculiar case. Did you hear that the murderer wore an eye patch? I did. You know what that implies, don't you, Falcon? You only know of one police officer, or indeed one person, who wears an eye patch. Yep, we do. Where is he? Here we go, just Valetti. The inspector. But that can't be right. You wouldn't describe him as a murderous man, would you, Monsieur Vulpes? Murderous? I don't know. He's certainly passionate about finding the Veridian killer. Who's to say that he wouldn't kill in the pursuit of his arch-enemy? Falcon, I want to solve this mystery as much as you do, but time is pressing and we have other matters to attend to. We must take our leave. Understood. Until next time, Monsieur Vulpes. Goodbye and good luck, Monsieur Falcon. It was a pleasure meeting you, madame. Monsieur Vulpes? That lioness looked pretty angry. Is this revolution going to end in blood, Monsieur Vulpes? Just like in 1830? Potentially. Time will tell. Okay, well, we are gonna continue with this next time, guys. So, thank you for watching. And as always, do take care and happy gaming!